Put another record on, pour another glass of wine, rock another night of us, losing all track of time. Everything you do just makes me want some more of you. Every smile, every kiss, every second that I get, every little look you give me like that. Every night, every day, every memory that we make, baby, you ain't even gotta ask. I'll always want another dance, another chance to hold your hand. Yeah, from the second that we fell into each other, knew I was never gonna ever wanna, never ever gonna want another. Knew I was never ever gonna wanna, never ever gonna wanna. Another smile, sleepy eyes, waking up right next to me. A million more just like last night. You and me on repeat. Every smile, every kiss, every second that I get, every little look you give me like that. Every night, every day, every memory that we make, baby, you ain't even gotta ask. I'll always want another dance, another chance to hold your hand. Yeah, from the second that we fell into each other, knew I was never gonna ever want, never ever gonna want another. Oh yeah, never ever gonna want another. Oh no, everything you do just makes me want some more of you. Yeah, baby, ain't another who could ever love me like you do. Every smile, every kiss, every second that I get, every little look you give me like that. Every night, every day, every memory that we make, baby, you ain't even gotta ask. I'll always want another dance, another chance to hold your hand. Yeah, from the second that we 'Cause I ain't afraid of the slow burn. And one thing's for sure, it's good to make a good thing last. So girl, don't worry, this boy ain't gonna run. There ain't no hurry, we got plenty of days left under the sun. No, it ain't a one-day ride. It's up through the mountains where the coyotes cry, down through the canyon where the wild things hide, and the cottonwoods fall. Feel the river underneath our feet. We'll be drowning in a sagebrush sea, long as I know that it's you and me. Time don't matter at all. Girl, I'm in it for the long haul. I'm in it for the long haul. Take a hold of my hand. I'm gonna love you slow like the hourglass sand. God knows I spent a lifetime lonely wandering, but I'm all in for good. I wanna be your man. So girl, don't worry, this boy ain't gonna run. There ain't no hurry, we got plenty of days left under the sun. No, it ain't a one-day ride. It's up through the mountains where the coyotes cry, down through the canyon where the wild things hide, and the cottonwoods fall. Feel the river underneath our feet. We'll be drowning in a sagebrush sea, long as I know that it's you and me. Time don't matter at all. Girl, I'm in it for the long haul. I'm in it for the long haul. Girl, I'm in it till the end, forever and again. I'm in it for the long haul. I don't ever look back. No, you never gotta worry about things like that. You're the only one in the world I wanna talk to right now. The only one to pick me up on a night like this. And I know you'll be the first thing on my mind in the morning. Sober or drunk, you're the one that I just miss. I said I wouldn't call, we said we wouldn't talk. It always ends bad. But I'm looking at my phone, and if you're not alone, I don't think I could take that. 'Cause I'm drunk at a bar at 2 a.m. and I just wanna talk to my best friend. I said I wouldn't call, we said we wouldn't talk. It all right now. All I wanna do is hear your voice, pretend it doesn't hurt like hell. Drink some wine and talk about the past, and not go 10 steps back. But breakups don't work like that. Bought a drink for a girl and I got her number. Even found a pretend it doesn't hurt like hell. Drink some wine and talk about the past and not go 10 steps back. But breakups don't work like that. No, no. Oh no. I should be moving on, you should be moving on, baby. 'Cause I said I wouldn't call, we said we wouldn't talk at all. It always ends bad, but I'm looking at my phone, and if you're not alone, I don't think I can take that. 'Cause I'm drunk in a bar at 2 a.m. and I just wanna talk to my best friend. I said I wouldn't call, we said we wouldn't talk at all, but right now all I wanna do is hear your voice. Pretend it doesn't hurt like hell. Drink some wine and talk about the past and not go 10 steps back. But breakups don't work like that. The way you're sitting in here, peeling back that label on your beer, it looks like you might be fighting back tears. Oh, we must have really done it this time. I might be two-stepping down a line, but you're too fine not to try. I just can't stand by on a night like tonight while a pretty girl like you cries. Girl, it's time to move on, scoot on over. You looking like you could use a brand new shoulder. Let your heart break, take a holiday for a song or a drink or two anyways. I don't know him from Adam, but I'm kinda mad at him for the way he did you. Yeah, I can feel them boots, I can feel them boots, I can feel them boots if you want me to. You can use me to get your mind off him. Use me to buy that next Coke and gin. Use me to find your smile again. Use me to get you from where you've been. Girl, it's time to move on, scoot on over. You looking like you could use a brand new shoulder. Let your heart break, take a holiday for a song or a drink or two anyways. I don't know him from Adam, but I'm kinda mad at him for the way he did you. Yeah, I can feel them boots, I can feel them boots, I can feel them boots if you want me to. Baby, we can boot, scoot, boogie to the break of dawn. Maybe we can get 'em gone. And what you think about a late night? Turn it up, hold you like a Dixie cup, dancing to your favorite song. Girl, it's time to move on, scoot on over. You looking like you could use a brand new shoulder. Let your heart break, take a holiday for a song or a drink or two anyways. I don't know him from Adam, but I'm kinda mad at him for the way he did you. Yeah, I can feel them boots, I can feel them boots, I can feel them boots if you want me to. Yeah, I can feel them boots, I can feel them boots, I can feel them boots if you want me to. Yeah, I can feel them boots, I can feel them boots, I can feel them boots if you want me to.
Half of my high school got too drunk. Half of my high school fell in love with the girl next door in their daddy's Ford. Half of my main streets mini skirts. Half of my main streets dressed for church. It could use some rain and a fresh coat of paint. Half of my hometown still hanging around, still talking about that one touchdown. They're still wearing red and black, go Bobcats, while the other half of my hometown, they all got out of them think that it ain't fair. The quarterback moved away and never came back. Half of my family is happy I left, the other half worries I'll just forget where I came from, same place where they came from. Half of my hometown still hanging around, still talking about that one touchdown. They're still wearing red and black, go Bobcats, while the other half of my hometown, they all got out. Some went north, some went south, still looking for a feeling half of us ain't found. So steadily, part of me will always be half of my hometown. Half of my hometown. Backroads raise us, highways they take us, memories make us wanna go back to our hometown, settle down, talk about that one touchdown, raise some kids in red and black, go Bobcats, while the other half of my hometown was in the crowd. They knew the words, they sang them loud, and all I wanna do was make them proud. 'Cause half of me will always be from Knoxville, Tennessee, my hometown. My hometown. My hometown.
I know it ain't all that late, but you should probably leave. And I recognize that look in your eyes, yeah, you should probably leave. 'Cause I know you, and you know me, and we both know where this is gonna lead. You want me to say that I want you to stay, so you should probably leave. Yeah, you should probably leave. There's still time for you to finish your wine, and you should probably leave. And it's hard to resist. Alright, just one kiss, and you should probably leave. 'Cause I know you, and you know me, and we both know where this is gonna lead. You want me to say that I want you to stay, so you should probably leave. Yeah, you should probably leave.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for your attendance at tonight's commencement exercises. We are so excited to be able to gather together in person for this event and are so thankful for everyone who has been partnered in this ceremony. I have just a few thank yous and announcements before we begin our program tonight. We are most grateful to St. Cloud State for their partnership and the following individuals who have helped us with hosting this very important event. We want to thank Corey Portner and his team here at the Herb Brooks National Hockey Center for hosting our ceremony. along with Corey, Jane Delahunt, and Greg Spaeth, were incredible partners in helping us navigate the ever-changing environment of planning a graduation in a COVID world. Thank you to Jay Burnham, Dan Barth, DMR Video for their work and our video boards on each side of our stage. Thank you to Jessica Eberhardt and Lisa Loven, our interpreters up front for this event. Bryant Newman and Grace Grimm, members of our Marching Storm, who will serve as our honor guard. And then our student photographers, Ashlyn Olson and Bailey Thompson, who will be part of our event's yearbook photographers to make sure that we have our commencement photographed. A thank you to Maria Burnham, English teacher at SRHS, for her work as our senior class advisor and for assisting with tonight's slideshow, and instrumental in being able to put together a great picnic and especially ordering beautiful weather this afternoon. A sincere and emphatic thank you to the staff of Sauk Rapids Rice High School for their instruction, guidance, and support of this class. I would like to recognize and say thank you especially to 4 people who will be retiring from Sauk Rapids Rice High School team, including Ms. Ellie Cairns, Ms. Beth Godola, Mr. Dick Hinkemeyer, Mr. John Lewicka. Thank you for your years of service to the students and to Sauk Rapids Rice High School. As you can imagine, an event like this doesn't get planned alone. And so I want to share a thank you to our high school office team, Jennifer Jacobson, Candace Sunder, Susan Treader, Megan Ohado. I'm incredibly fortunate to work with such a wonderful group of people in the office. A thank you to Sandy Lagrono and Steve Wagner, our assistant principals. I've had such a great pleasure working with them every day as part of the best administrative team I could ask for. And lastly, you won't see her around because she's going to be in the background, but a huge thank you to our office manager, Katie Gruber. She's been tireless in handling the program, caps and gowns, questions, organization. Since the beginning of this year, graduation planning has probably been part of every week and probably every day over the last 2 months. So a big thank you to her for her work. Tonight, we also think about those who are no longer with us to celebrate. One of those individuals is senior student Haley Stillwell-Gummert. You'll notice that there's an empty chair, and we will have a flower and diploma cover shared with family to signify her place as part of this class of 2021. We sincerely hope that you have a very enjoyable evening and pleased that you've chosen to celebrate with us tonight. The class of 2021 appreciates your support in making this graduation a dignified and top quality program. For those not able to join us, please know we are also live streaming on our district's social media channels and YouTube channel. And I want to share a few housekeeping notes before we officially get our program started. We are hosting a first aid station, which can be found near the main entrance next to where programs are being distributed on the south side of the building. If you're experiencing any issues, please connect with a staff member and we'll make sure you get connected to our district nurse. Throughout the ceremony, we ask you to remain off the floor for photos. Pictures will be posted of our ceremony and our graduates, and information will be shared online. We ask you to please show your respect of all of our speakers and graduates by refraining from yelling, catcalls, or loud disturbances, especially as we move into our portion of the ceremony, the most important part where our graduates' names are being read and our graduates cross the stage. At the end of our ceremony, our graduates will recess out of the building and in front of the hockey center, where we encourage you as family and guests to greet our seniors. Our seniors will be boarding buses back approximately 20 minutes after the ceremony is over, so we can move them forward to the graduation lock-in. Thank you again for attending this evening's graduation ceremony and for your support. We are dealing with a little St. Cloud traffic, and our graduates are on their way. We'll be starting our ceremony very shortly. Thanks for your patience.
kid. How's your mama, how you been? Girl, it's been too long. Saw your sister at the Circle K. Her baby number 2 was on the way. Hadn't seen her since her wedding day with you on my arm. It's good to hear from you again. Girl, what a coincidence. I was just thinking about that weekend out on Cumberland Lake, and that one time in Baton Rouge when we made out in the rain, where we were chasing falling stars on a hill at your daddy's farm. Don't be sorry for calling me up right out of the blue. I was just thinking about you. I was just thinking about you.
Hey, I just gotta say, I heard your song the other day, and it put a smile on my face when I started reminiscing. I've been on the edge of calling you, and I'm so glad I decided to.
I was just thinking about that weekend out on Cumberland Lake, and that one time in Baton Rouge when we made out in the rain, where we were chasing falling stars on a hill at your daddy's farm. Don't be sorry for calling me up right out of the blue. I was just thinking about you. Oh, I was just thinking about you. If you're ever back in town, do what you're doing right now, 'cause I'm probably thinking about you. I was just thinking about that weekend out on Cumberland Lake, and that one time in Baton Rouge when we made out in the rain, where we were chasing falling stars on a hill at your daddy's farm. Don't be sorry for calling me up right out of the blue. I was just thinking about you. Oh, I was just thinking about you. I was just thinking about you. Oh, I was just thinking about you.
Knowing you probably got your toes in the sand at a bar on a beach in the sun somewhere. Knowing you got something cold in your hand, chatting up a stranger without a care. Knowing you that you're still wild and free, and knowing you're probably way over me. But God, we were so alive. I was a kid on a carnival ride, holding my breath till the moment when you were gonna leave me too soon. But I'd do it all over, 'cause damn, it was good knowing you. Knowing you was a free fall from 100,000 feet, when you don't even care where you land. And knowing you was the kind of rush that you feel when you finally get to sit in with a band. And knowing you're still a tumbleweed, I only wish that you would tumble back to me. But God, we were so alive. I was a kid on a carnival ride, holding my breath till the moment when you were gonna leave me too soon. But I'd do it all over, 'cause damn, it was good knowing you. still a tumbleweed. I only wish that you would tumble back to me. 'Cause God, we were so alive. I was a kid on a carnival ride, holding my breath till the moment when you were gonna leave me too soon. I'd do it all over, 'cause damn, it was good. I'd do it all over, 'cause damn, it was good knowing you.
Like my mama's home cooking after Sunday church, like an ice cold beer after hard work, like a hot cup of coffee on your way to town, like an underdog last second touchdown, like the feeling that you get when you get a bite, like the power of a throttle when it's open wide, when the sand runs out of that hourglass, you ain't ever gotta wonder, you ain't gotta.
Thank you, everybody, for your patience. It's about par for the course for our 2020-21 school year to have a little bit of a lag, so we appreciate it. At this time, I invite you to all stand as we silently have the procession of our Honor Guard, Board of Education, then followed by our class of 2021. We ask you at this time to remain standing as I invite our senior class officers, Jared Bentrud, Musab Nu, Emma Johnson, and Adriana Lawrence, to help lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing as our honor guard recesses. And Mr. Stock and Mr. Finlayson, if you would do the honors. Please be seated. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Bradley Bergstrom. Mr. Bergstrom has been an incredible addition to the Sauk Rapids School District this year, Sauk Rapids Rice School District this year. He has supported the work of staff and students with great energy, excitement, even in a year with many variables outside of our control. His focus on guiding the Sauk Rapids Rice School District to its next steps of being storm strong and the best it can possibly be for our students and our communities is appreciated. We welcome him to the podium and thank him for his time, his dedication, and support. It's my pleasure to introduce and thank Superintendent Bergstrom.
Thank you, Mr. Noner. Greatly appreciate that. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2021 Sauk Rapids Rice graduation commencement. I'm so happy to be here with you in person tonight to celebrate the wonderful achievements of our graduates. About 13 years ago, the students out here from the class of 2021 boarded a school bus or were dropped off by parents or guardians or grandparents to start their first day of kindergarten. 13 years ago, this year's graduating seniors started their formal educational journey that is culminating here tonight. During this time this class attended school, they learned how to tie their shoes, stay awake all day, be respectful, share and play nicely with others. They also learned to read, to speak, to spell, to communicate, to calculate, to compose, to create, and to engineer. They learned to lead, to be part of a team, and to offer a hand and to ask for help, to advocate for themselves and elevate others. They also learned how to go to school during a global pandemic. Of course, of the last 13 years, the class of 2021 became a very valuable and contributing members of our community, and what an amazing accomplishment that has been. This success does not happen by accident, but rather with hard work, with the diligence and the collaboration of others. For more than 13 years, parents, families, friends, neighbors, mentors, principals, teachers, and district staff have supported our students emotionally, socially, and academically. Thank you to the village who helped to raise these students. Please take pride in your accomplishment, spend time reflecting on your hard work, and enjoy the role you have played in this success. More than 13 years later, it's time to celebrate the amazing accomplishments of the class of 2021. So to you, the class of 2021, I say congratulations. Dream big, work hard, ask questions, and listen to the answers. Say please, say thank you, pay it forward when you can, keep learning, and yep, even after you graduate, still eat your peas. They're good for you. We know that you will accomplish great things. Congratulations to you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent Bergstrom. Our ceremony now continues with the introduction of our student speakers. First, it is my pleasure to honor the salutatorian of the class of 2021, Emma Johnson. Emma brings a great deal of determination to everything she does, which has led her to a large amount of success as a student in and outside of the classroom. She is a student who has taken advantage of many opportunities and, as an individual, opportunities to explore and especially serve others. She is in band and choir. She serves as part of student council, principal's cabinet, is our senior class treasurer, part of Minnesota Honor Society, and awarded as a student of excellence. Teachers and advisors comment quickly about her care of others, her work ethic, leadership ability, and her desire to positively impact others in all that she does. She is supported by her parents, Philip and Jackie Johnson, and is headed to the College of St. Scholastica to study theology, Spanish, and gerontology. Congratulations to the salutatorian of class of 2021, Emma Johnson.
One day, a man was walking along the beach when he noticed a boy picking something up and gently throwing it into the ocean. Approaching the boy, he asked, "What are you doing?" The boy replied, "Throwing starfish back out into the ocean. The surf is up and the tide is going out. If I don't throw them back, they'll die." "Son," the man said, "don't you realize there are miles and miles of beach and hundreds of starfish? You can't make a difference." After listening politely, the boy bent down, picked up another starfish, and threw it back into the surf. Then, smiling at the man, he said, "I made a difference for that one." There are many versions of this story, but this original is attributed to Lauren Easley. As we have journeyed class of 2021 through our childhood and school years, there were many times that we were those starfish on the beach, and the people who picked us up deserve our gratitude. I can think of no better example of a loving presence who carefully walks the beach every day than our teachers and staff. Every time you started a Zoom meeting, sat down next to us to walk us through a difficult task, and patiently reposted the assignment for the 5th time because Schoology crashed again, you were embodying the spirit of the young boy. You walk the beach day in and day out, touching one life at a time. But every once in a while, I hope you pause and look back and realize just how many miles of shoreline you have walked and how many lives you have changed. To all the families and friends who drove us to school early and who came to our concerts, games, and competitions, we thank you. Though it may have seemed like the same few starfish you had to keep throwing back into the ocean, it is the reason why we are here today. We appreciate you more than you could ever know. To my friends and family who have gently picked me up more times than I can count, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Mom, Dad, Alex, Uncle Rick, Grandpa, my late grandma, and my best friend, Alex, I would still be lying on the beach if it weren't for you. You gave me life when I needed it the most. Class of 2021, as we think about high school and the idea of being starfish in the ocean, I think it is safe to say that the ocean we were in was not always calm. This is true for all of us gathered here today. Sometimes it felt like as soon as we were thrown back into the ocean, we were washed back up on that hot, dry sand again. And other times, it may have felt like we were walking the beach, trying to throw everyone else back, even though the rain was pelting us and the wind was relentless. We all had to help each other, and we all took our turn being the starfish and the young boy. Some storms were large and powerful, but abrupt and short-lived, while others were intense and seemed like they would never let up. We are still entering a stormy world. We are faced with the task of finding our place in the world, which is the intersection between what you love to do, what your gifts are, and what the world needs. There is a unique place in the world that only you can fill, where you are needed to change lives. We may look out and see a broken world, a world that seems impossible to fix and beyond all hope. Staring at a helpless, desperate world will leave us paralyzed with fear and apathy. But just maybe we need to look at a world that very simply needs you to do something specific that only you can do. There is an entire beach of starfish out there waiting for you because they need you for your unique gifts and talents. Wherever life leads you, and in whatever you end up doing, always let your greater purpose be your foundation. Remember who your starfish are and why you are throwing them back into the ocean. You may think that you'll be just fixing cars, but you will be fixing the cars that will bring students to school to get an education and will bring people to work to support their families. You might think that you'll just be teaching children, but you'll be giving the gifts of wisdom and inspiration to thousands who will one day sit in these same seats. You might think you'll just be managing a business, but you'll be lifting up hundreds of workers and their families and creating an environment for people to grow. Whatever you end up doing, do it in such a way that an observer would think you are doing the most important thing in the world. Because if you are doing what you are meant to do, it will be the most important thing in the world to you. As Mother Teresa said, it's not about how much you do, but how much love you put into what you do that counts. So now it's time. Go out there, find your beach, find your starfish, and let's do this.
Thank you so much, Emma. And now joining Emma on the platform is our valedictorian of this senior class. It is my pleasure to introduce Alexandra Freihammer. Alexandra has made excellence as a student a habit. She has been recognized on the A honor roll with straight A's her entire high school career. She has also brought this focus outside of the classroom as a student of excellence, a member of the Minnesota Honor Society, participant on Green Team, Math League, and FFA. Teachers and advisors share about the strong traits that they see in Alexandra. She demonstrates an incredible work ethic. She has unwavering intrinsic motivation and operates with a quiet confidence. Alexandra is supported by her family, grandmother Veronica Freihammer, dad Trent Freihammer, and uncle Travis Freihammer. She will be going to school at St. Olaf College this fall and looking to study mathematics with a pre-engineering emphasis. Congratulations and welcome to the stage, class of 2021 valedictorian, Alexandra Freihammer.
Class of 2021. First, I'd like to start off by congratulating you for making it here. In a year full of almost unimaginable uncertainty, you continued on with a steady determination to get to where we are tonight. To all the families who provided support at any point throughout your students' journey, congratulations to you as well. I know it couldn't have been easy, especially this past year in particular. To the friends I've made these past 13 years, and my family who's been by my side through it all, thank you for sharing every laugh, tear, and everything in between. To the staff who went above and beyond, especially when it wasn't the easiest or most convenient thing to do, your dedication does not go unnoticed, and for that, I thank you. Also, since I'd continued requests to keep this at least a little upbeat, I would also like to thank the thesaurus for helping me refine my diction. Between conversations about the psychology behind some fiercely specific yet outlandish dreams, and how difficult it is to make a password stronger than ABC123, okay, we're not really that bad at making passwords, but you get the gist. Someone at our table recounted the day we received our school usernames and passwords for the first time. I don't remember any of my reaction to the news that the 2021 in front was our graduation year, but since I can't even remember it, I'm pretty confident I just shrugged it off as something that didn't actually apply to me and would never come. After all, we were only 9 or 10 at the time, with almost twice our whole lives from that point to go before today would come. Fast forward another 8 or 9 years, and here we are today, celebrating the end of a 13-year journey at Sauk Rapids Rice. I'm not gonna lie to you, I had somehow convinced myself that I could get through this entire speech without talking about COVID. But let's be honest, I would be brutally downplaying our entire past year of life experience. When we all left on March 13th, 2020, thinking that life would be back to normal in 2 weeks, we really had no idea of what we were getting into or when normal would return. After watching the class of 2020 graduate on a live stream at the high school parking lot, it started to sink in that we may not have the senior year that we always imagined. Our year was spent in a way that I could only describe as walking on eggshells. We never really had a solid idea of what our tomorrows would look like. Would school be closed? Would we be quarantined? What other big changes lie ahead? In spite of this uncertainty, I genuinely hope that each and every one of you was able to find something that brought you joy and created a sense of fulfillment. Whether it be a new hobby, a new friendship, a new experience, or even something as simple as discovering a new song you fell in love with, it's important not to lose focus on the good in life, no matter how trivial it may seem at the time. Some of us recently received letters from our freshman selves. For me, it was so surreal to see where I was and where I thought I would be today. Luckily, I was more forgiving when writing the letter than I had remembered because there were dreams I had within it that have changed drastically. But it's okay. If anything, it made it more worthwhile because I was able to preserve a moment that otherwise would have been lost to time. Whenever you get a chance in the coming days or weeks, take the time to sit down and write a letter to yourself a set number of years in the future. I can't make any promises, but I trust it'll be worth your time when opening it up whenever you decide that you're ready. What about the reverse? If you could go back in time and give yourself advice, either as a blooming second grader armed with a brand new computer login, or a wide-eyed freshman with a melted chocolate bar in your pocket, don't ask. What would you say? Some of it may be specific to Sauk Rapids Rice High School, like maybe it would be smart to commit yourself to learn which side of the pods have the right bathroom. I'm a little ashamed to say, but I had to do a lap around the pod on our very last day of high school because yes, I did leave SRHS without knowing that important piece of information. But I survived, just with a few extra steps logged. I bet there would be at least a few things that would be applicable to your life in the future within that advice. We're in a unique moment in that it may be the first time that we're substantially trading in something that we grew comfortable with throughout our entire lives for uncharted territory, with only a surface level understanding of the scattered journeys we're all about to embark on. This moment that we are in right now is also unique because it is so close to a fresh start. This is going to sound cliche, but it's vital. Whatever you're doing in life, whether it be college, a new job, the military, or you're still undecided, put your best foot forward. Find what fulfills you and pursue it zealously. Even though our Powder Puff slogan was, "We're not done until it's 2021, and now it's 2021, we're nowhere near done. In fact, we've just begun. Thank you.
Thank you both, Emma and Alexandra. Let's give them both one more round of applause. Up next, it's my pleasure to invite our class officers back to the podium to share information about our class motto, colors, flower, and the faculty representatives selected by the senior class. Please welcome our class officers back to the podium.
Good evening, class of 2021, friends, family, and staff members. I am Adriana Lawrence, the class treasurer. As we begin a new chapter in our lives, we think about the challenges we have faced in a previous one. The quote by Booker T. Washington, as shown in the commencement program, "Success is to be measured not so much by the position one has reached in life as by the obstacles which he has overcome while trying to succeed." And our colors, beige and indigo, widely reflect this strong class. The class colors reflects this class in many different ways. The colors represent dependability, adaptability, unity, integrity, perseverance, and justice. This class is willing to go far for what they believe in and stand for. This class was part of the movement for Black Lives Matter, LGBTQ, school shootings, protests, and more. And we stood proud and represented what we believed in. Now, we are proud to say we are facing a new journey and moving forward into the next chapter of our lives. I'm proud of all my peers, and I know we will all do great things. I would now like to invite our class secretary back up to the stage, Emma Johnson, to talk about the class flower and introduce the faculty flower distributors.
Thank you, Adriana. Our class flower is a beige rose, chosen to coordinate with our class color of beige. As Adriana said, beige represents the values of dependability, adaptability, and unity that were so vital to our class arriving through adversity to this point. The timelessness symbolized by the rose reminds us that we will hold these values with us and the lessons we have learned as we journey through life. Our faculty representatives distributing flowers are Mr. David Zaski and Mr. Adam Johnson. Mr. Zaski is a physics and chemistry teacher and is going on 22 years of teaching at SRRHS. He graduated from Winona State University with an undergraduate bachelor degree of science and from Southwest State University with a master's degree. He is a track and field coach, and in his free time, he enjoys golfing, snowmobiling, hunting, mountain biking, and traveling. His family is very important to him. Mr. Johnson has taught numerous technology education classes at SRRHS for 8 years. He is the head coach of the Storm Robotics team and the SRR First Robotics team. He is also an assistant varsity track and field coach. He is a 3-time graduate from St. Cloud State University with a bachelor's degree in technology education, a master's degree in technology education, and a postmaster's graduate certificate in education administration to obtain his K-12 principal's license. He enjoys spending time with family, walking his dogs, and spending time outdoors. He cherishes playing a role in the educational experiences that students acquire here at SRRHS. Thank you to Mr. Zaski and Mr. Johnson for all that you have done to support the class of 2021, and thank you for being here tonight. I now invite Musab Nu, the Vice President of the class of 2021, to present our class message and introduce our faculty representatives that will be reading graduate names.
Thank you, Emma. The readers of graduate names are Mr. Thompson and Mrs. O'Brien. Mr. Thompson graduated from SCSU with a degree in the life sciences, and he has taught at Sauk Rapids Rice for 6 years as a science teacher. Mr. Thompson spends most of his time outside of school on his hobby farm, where he grows a big garden, raises goats and sheep, and takes care of his dog and cats. He also enjoys spending time hunting and fishing, and is overall really into getting outside and being active through running, biking, cross-country skiing, and swimming. Mr. Thompson has also served as an advisor for both Green Team and Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Senora O'Brien is a Spanish teacher and has taught at Sauk Rapids Rice for 30 years. When not busy teaching, she likes to spend her time traveling and has managed to visit all 50 states and 20 other countries on 5 of the 7 continents. She loves sharing this traveling passion with her students and has taken more than 200 students to study abroad with her. Besides traveling, she loves to stay active through biking, swimming, group exercise, and walking with friends. Now that I am finished with introducing our faculty representatives and name readers, I will go into our class message, which is definitely an honor to deliver. Dear class of 2021, wow, we made it. It's a little hard to believe that this moment is actually here. It's well known that to get to this point, it takes a lot of hard work and incredible perseverance. But to make it to this point in the midst of a global pandemic, civil unrest and riots, and countless other phenomena that have troubled our society is a victory, to say the very least. Congratulations. Maybe give yourself a pat on the back. It goes without saying that we could not be here today without the many people who have supported us. To the family, friends, teachers, paras, staff, administrators, community members, and all who have helped us to get here, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Whether you were the barista at our local coffee shop making our coffee to get us through finals week, the teacher responding to our emails and patiently sitting down and walking us through a very difficult problem, or the parent getting up early to drive us to school, you all made a difference. You believed in us, supported us, and with your kind passion and determination, led us to today, where you are watching with pride as you send us off into the wide world. We truly appreciate you. The last year of uncertainty has given us more preparation for the trials and tribulations life can throw at us. We have heard time and time again from adults around us that we are building resiliency, and that is true. We as humans have a hard time recognizing when we are living through the best times of our lives. We have heard many older people reminiscing about the good old days, but wouldn't it be nice to know we are in the good old days before we leave them? Maybe this is how some of you have felt after the pre-COVID-19 times and wondering how simple things like going to a restaurant or visiting with friends and family could have been taken for granted. Let us not forget that we had 2 full years of a normal high school experience before COVID-19, and that our high school experience is not defined by COVID-19, but rather COVID-19 is a unique part of our experience that we get to carry with us. Perhaps one of the greatest things our class will take with us in our time during high school is a sense of gratitude for the things that truly matter most. our friends, our family, seeing a smile, and taking a moment to spend with each other. We appreciate this because we know how quickly it can be taken away and how fast the unimaginable can happen. Each moment is a gift. Let's make the most of what remains. If there is one lesson that we have learned, it's the hard truth that time is of the essence. Don't let that distract you from forming great memories in the moment, but always remember to look back regardless of the emotions you may feel. It is only through our unique histories that we form the basis of what we currently are. And on that note, I would now like to invite our class president, Jared Bentrud, to introduce our faculty speaker and help finish things off.
Thank you, Musab. All right. Tonight it is my pleasure to introduce you all to our faculty speaker tonight, Mr. John Lewicka. Mr. Lewicka graduated from the University of Minnesota Morris with a degree in wildlife biology and later attended SCSU for a degree in animal science. And finally went to St. Mary's University to achieve his master's degree. Mr. Lewicka has been teaching science at Sauk Rapids for over 21 years with 10 years prior at Kimball High School, as well as coaching wrestling for over 22 years, winning numerous titles such as State Wrestling Coach of the Year in 1997. His favorite subject to teach is anatomy and physiology, and when asked what his favorite part about teaching and coaching is, he replied with, "Every day is different and every student is different. Plus, it's a nice challenge that never gets boring," which I think we can all agree that this year is one of the more challenging years. Outside of school, Mr. Lewicka loves spending time hunting and fishing and also working in his wood shop, where he makes furniture to sell in the shop that he and his wife, Renee, opened up about 8 years ago. And to wrap it up here, I have never had the opportunity to have Mr. Lewicka as a teacher, but I hear only great things and how each student truly believes that they have a teacher that cares about the individual successes and goals of every student. And with that, I'm pleased to present our faculty speaker for the class of 2021, Mr. John Lewicka.
Good evening, parents, families, friends, colleagues, and especially our Sauk Rapids Rice graduates. I'm honored, grateful, and frankly a little terrified to speak to you tonight. Maybe you should be more scared than me because I know when this speech is going to end, and you don't. My career in education began as a substitute teacher in Kimball, and I was there for 10 years, and this is my 21st year in Sauk. And this has been really an amazing year. I ended up coaching for 22 of those years, and coaching was one of the reasons I had success, and that's what actually got me into teaching. Seniors, you're graduating tonight from our great Sauk Rapids Rice High School, but you're also graduates of other schools. Many of you guys have come through our early childhood, our middle school, our elementary schools, and our high school, and yet a lot of the things that have really helped you develop as students is that you've made those relationships along the way. Relationships with teachers, with coaches, with advisors, with custodians, with everybody. Teaching is all about the relationship, and so is learning. Tonight I want to share with you guys some of the important lessons that I've learned as a teacher, things I've learned from you as students. And this has been, for me, this has been over 5 decades in education. Teaching in over 5 decades. And I still have the same haircut and pretty much the same wardrobe. First off, my own high school teachers might be surprised to see me giving this speech tonight. You see, I wasn't always the best student. I wasn't always the hardest worker. And to be honest, I probably wasn't the best behaved student in the classroom. Students do what I say, not what I did. I've had the pleasure of having both my own kids in my classroom, and they were both better students than I was. It just took me a little longer to figure this out. I started out pre-med in college. My dad was a small-town doctor, and when he and I were going over my first report card, and he saw that I failed freshman chemistry, he told me, he says, "John, you either need to change your major or you need to work harder. And I told him, well, I'm changing my major because there's no way I'm working harder. My dad's probably still shaking his head in frustration. I'm sorry, Dad. One of the best lessons I've learned as a teacher and from you as students is that you don't judge a book by its cover. Sometimes students come to class, they don't always bring their best effort, their best behavior. A lot of times kids, I've heard it said that they ask for love in sometimes the most unloving ways. It's easy to label kids and to maybe have less expectations for them. Getting to know students as individuals and as people with lives outside of school, that's really what's helped me connect. I wonder how often that works the other way around though. Seniors, how many times have you come into a classroom and you thought that teacher was lame or that teacher was a dork? And I remember the first time a kid called me a dork, I thought, I'm not a dork. Give me a break. A quote I often share with my students, and this year even more so, and it really helped ground me, is that if everybody was in a room and you were forced to dump all your problems on the floor, everybody in the room could see everybody else's problems, you'd probably be glad to take your own back. That's really been helpful for me. It's easy to have a pity party, and we've got a lot of reasons why this was a tough year. But you know what, you guys, you brought it. And it's easy if you can see things through the eyes of another person. And that brings me to my next thing I've learned, and that's empathy. Empathy is defined as the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. According to Roman Kisnarek's article, 6 Habits of Highly Empathetic People, empathy simply means the ability to step in the shoes of another person, aiming to understand their feelings and perspectives and to use that understanding to guide our actions. Empathy is hearing a student share their pain of their family problems, their economics. Empathy is when 2 of my students walked a non-English speaking student to lunch every day and sat with them because that student didn't know anybody. How cool is that? If we learn and practice how to be empathetic, we're going to be happier as people. Empathy was also an example is when my mom always would share with me this quote, her wisdom, "No act of kindness is ever wasted." That's so true. Graduates, we need your kindness and we need your empathy this year more than ever. The past 15 months, COVID's really threw us for a loop, hasn't it? It's changed the way we learn, it's changed the way we teach, it's changed so many things. My wife and I, Renee, have a furniture store, and we were closed for 65 days about a year ago. That was tough. Many of you guys have had challenges at home that you and your family have faced. I've got friends that they had 4 kids at home, online learning, and both parents were Zoom teaching at the same time. I can't imagine what that was like. Our students are resilient. You guys, you bounced back. You hung in there, you persevered. That's something that was really impressive for me this year and for all of us teachers to watch. I believe as a science teacher, the fact that you guys were as careful as you were with masking, with distancing, I believe that that's why we were able to get back in school as soon as we did. There's no doubt that we missed some learning this year, that some kids did. But maybe more importantly, I learned that the isolation and the fear of COVID was really hard for both staff and students and families, and it was challenging for a lot of us. I also disagree with the term social distancing. I use the term in my classroom physical distancing because we all need the social, and that's important. Some of us need it more than others. I'm grateful for our schools that they took the care and the concern they did to get you back. A year ago, this graduating class was celebrating it in a parking lot, which was still better than not having it. You guys are fortunate tonight to be here. In school, there's a lot of emphasis on grades, and I've learned that how successful a student is more determined by their perseverance than by talent. Colleges just don't want a 4.0. They want a well-rounded kid. They want somebody that's going to make their university a better place. For students that get a B in a class that's not that hard, for students that get a B in a class that's challenging, that's actually pretty important. comparing to get an A in a class that doesn't challenge you at all. Many of you seniors have plans, and you know exactly what you're going to do. You know where you're going next year, what's your career path, and that's good. I applaud you, and I'm also a little jealous. Some of you guys are going to enter the workforce. You're going to go after that paycheck. The lure of that's amazing. Your first job probably isn't going to be your last job. That's okay. Some of the worst jobs I had taught me what I really don't want, what I really don't want to do. That's a good lesson too. In fact, I think learning what you don't want is sometimes even more important than what you do want. That also works for relationships. Knowing what you want in a relationship, and how, I think that helps steer you towards the kind of people you want to hang out with. One of the things I've learned is that we all find our way in life. We eventually develop into who we're supposed to exactly be. Some of you might not have a clue what you're going to do next year. If this is you, you're not lost, you're not behind, you're simply on your own path, and that's okay. I can tell you this, work hard and follow your passion. Keep moving forward. You'll figure it out. Many of you might be surprised at where you end up someday with your career. As Matthew Kelly stated in his book, The Rhythm of Life, the people we surround ourselves with either raise or lower our standards. They either help us become the best version of ourselves or encourage us to be a lesser version of ourselves. We become like our friends. No man or woman becomes great on their own. The people we surround ourselves with help foster that greatness. We all need people in our lives who raise our standards and remind us of our essential purpose. They help us to become the best version of who we can be. I've observed that lots of times, where maybe an average student or a below average student surrounded themselves with somebody who worked hard. That's helped them a lot in school. And I've seen it the other way too, where students suffer because maybe they're hanging out with the wrong crowd. Heck, that could have been me years ago. I've been fortunate at Sauk Rapids Rice to surround myself with an amazing staff and administration. I've surrounded myself with the best students the guy could ask for. All of these have helped shape me, and they've made me a better person because of it. Seniors and graduates, I can think of no other graduating class that has overcome so much to get here on this special night. If you can get through a year like this, you can get through anything. It's in the struggle that we grow. I've never met a strong person that's had an easy past. But also because of this, no other graduating class will be more prepared for the challenges and changes that still lie ahead for you guys. In closing, seniors, this summer, take a moment or two, step away from your laptop, get off of Zoom, like you need to be told, right? Enjoy a bonfire, catch a fish, catch lots of fish, attend a concert when they start up again. Take a moment and hug your parents and thank them for helping you through this. This really is a big deal, you guys. It's why we're here tonight, to celebrate and recognize you. Congratulations, graduates. We made it. You made it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lewicka, for sharing both those inspirational words and for your great support of students and staff of this senior class and throughout your entire career. Class of 2021, congratulations to all of you. You've made it this far, and in minutes you'll be crossing the stage. It is truly a momentous occasion, and this class has so much to celebrate. Even though this has been a stormy year, as mentioned by Emma, where, as Alex shared, we often felt like we were walking on eggshells, I cannot discount the unique opportunities a year like this has brought to us. We've had the opportunity to learn independently and hopefully learn more about ourselves in the process. We've had the chance to understand that though there will always be circumstances that might lead us to be separated, there is definitely importance of creating space and time to be together, learn together, and learn about one another. Most of all, I want to share that my memories of this year will be incredibly positive because of who you are and how you've grown. From ninth graders who came into the high school 4 years ago to now graduating as a class in person, I have felt blessed to work with a group that's taken on challenges at every single level, and no matter what, worked incredibly hard to achieve at the highest levels possible, no matter the obstacle. Thank you for being such an incredible part of Sauk Rapids Rice High School and for the legacy that you've left behind. Prior to moving into our last portion of the ceremony and the most important part, where it's about you, I want to take a brief moment for some quick recognitions and thank yous. First, to all of our families and friends. What a great sight to see all of you here. Thank you for your partnership, for your support, and most importantly, for sharing your students with us. We are grateful and proud of the young adults that are being recognized tonight. And the class of 2021 is lucky to have such love surrounding them. To all staff members of the Sauk Rapids Rice Public School District, this ceremony, as mentioned by Mr. Lewicka, is not just a recognition of graduation from Sauk Rapids Rice High School, but from our entire district from early childhood to senior year. Thank you to all of our staff for their support and commitment to these students. Lastly, I would like to introduce and thank the members of our Sauk Rapids Rice Board of Education who will be presenting diplomas this evening. Our board is an incredible support in all that we do at the high school and throughout the district. We ask our board members to please stand and remain standing as I call your name. Board Chair Ryan Bukowski. Jan Solars, our Vice Chair, regrettably cannot join us this evening, but sends her very best wishes. Treasurer Robin Holthaus. Clerk Lisa Braun. Director Mark Hauk. Director Lisa Lloydolt. And Director Tracy Morris. Thank you to our Board of Education. Please join me in a round of applause. Members of the school board, families, friends, and honored guests, these students before you have successfully met the graduation requirements of the state of Minnesota and the Board of Education for Sauk Rapids Rice Public Schools. At this time, it is my honor to present the members of the class of 2021 to receive their diplomas. I ask that our staff members helping support our diploma ceremony please come down to the floor.
Allie Ackerman. Jackson Ackerman.
Ask you to just please hold applause. We have 300 graduates tonight, and we'll all give a loud applause at the very end. Thank you.
Nicole Agri. Haley Anderson. Michael Anderson. Sarah Anderson. Sierra Apps. Shelby Aschenbrenner. Tiernan Atterbury. Megan Austin. Colin Barron. Tabera Berry. Madeline Benedict. Jared Bentrude. Isabel Burke. Jacob Blum. Brandon Bokelman. Brent Bose. Hannah Buckner. Allison Burke. Drew Burling. Sierra Burris. Grace Bursky. Blaze Campina. Alexis Carlson. Allison Karstensen Bow. Julia Castor. Elizabeth Cecil. Nicholas Chantry. Owen Chilson. Nicholas Christofferson. Destiny Clark. Samantha Clark. Calvin Comstock. Uriah Cook. Abel Cordero. Hunter Cunningham. Jack Curtis. Haley Davis. McKenna Dean. Olivia Distad. Cody Duffy. Tiffany Duong. Jade Dvorak. Logan Eck. Carter Ekblad. Jack Entner. Jace Erickson. Kayana Evans. Alexis Farber. Cora Flatabo. Justice Florin. Nathan Ford. Gage Foster. Alexis Freihammer. Addison Froyland. Ethan Galler. Sarah Gama. Michaela Garcia Wahlberg. Cole Garkey. Dylan Geiselhart. Natalie Garreds. Aaron Golden. Ryan Gordon. Elijah Grabinski. Abigail Graves Petron. Lily Groover. Kiana Gugesberg. Colton Gummert. Savannah Gustafson. Noah Hackett. Anya Hansen. Tyler Harms. Ashley Harris Hudick. Jackson Hebler. Taylor Helgett. Connor Hemker. Tucker Hendrickson. Gage Henry. Emma Hang. Dakota Hession. Joseph Hession. Ava Hollenbach. Braden Holt. Daniel Hovland. Zachary Hutchins. Adrian Yatsik. Christian Idiarte. Jalen Jackson. Teldinia Jackson. Chloe Jansky. Austin Jansky. Emma Johnson. Ava Jutnan Novak. Alyssa Carls. Margaret Julius. Carter Kaiser. Alyssa Keller. Rebecca Kimmen. Ava Klug. Colby Knettel. Grayson Kolbluck. Ella Kolkler. Ashley Konitsko. Haley Kostriba. Bradley Kaufman. Abigail Kramer. Allie Kramer. Catherine Kramers. Matthew Krepp. Max Cronenberg. Jacob Krugman. Lauren Krupa. Lillian Kuhn. Kaylee Kulis. Kendra Kunerth. Aiden Lachman Singh. Emily Landwehr. Tiana Lane. Caleb Larson. Madison Laurent. Adriana Lawrence. Alyssa Levy. Ashley LeClaire. Jordan Lee. Braden Lieb. Alexis Lean. Carter Leggett. Clayton Leggett. Mariah Lindberg. Maya Line. Brandon Lair. Derek Lott. Logan Ludwig. Landon Lunzer. Olivia Lyon. Evan Mater. Brody Magus. Evan Meyer. Annalie March-Giefer. Adam Marshall. Gavin Martin.
Ryan Masty. Olaf Maxwell Rowlett. Liberty Mays. Jasmine Brule. Riley McCormick. Cassandra Meyer. Samantha Michael. Blake Merriman. Lakeisha Short. Summer Millard. Josiah Miller. Tyler Miller. Alexander Miskowick. Omar Mowalim. Annabelle Mose. Miranda Mose. Ryan Moylanen. Rock Maliga. Brianna Montree. Zoe Montree. Tessa Molzoff. Bailey Mustaine. Andrew Nagel. Maria Nathy. Caleb Neeser. Ella Nelson. Aaron Newman. Madeline Nusendorfer. Brittany Nieders. Musab Nu. Talina Nunez. Zoe Omen. Autumn Olson. Mackenzie Olson. Ethan Upsall. Nicholas Ortloff. Jenilyn Ostendorf. Landon Ostendorf. Madison Ostman. Jaden Owings. Callie Pakala. Jaden Parker. Alexis Parch. Sydney Paulson. Veronica Peacock. Isabella Peplinski. Brooke Petermeyer. Nathan Peterson. Zachary Peterson. Braden Petrick. Tayton Philivon. Caden Philippi. Kaylin Rayner. Katie Rayner. Aiden Regan. Aaron Reichard. Aaron Reinert. Bailey Ryder. Ethan Retzer. Holiday Rhodes. Tierney Rhodes. Madeline Richards. Alexis Riando. Stephen Ritten. Brody Rollins. Catherine Rouser. Eli Rudnick. Natasha Rushmeyer. Shelby Selner Mayer. Riley Sokola. Anna Shave. Justin Sheeler. Hunter Sherbing. Emily Schlow. Mackenzie Schmitz. Jace Schreifels. Jenna Schreifels. Morgan Schreifels. Emily Schendel. Ashlyn Schreiner. Carlissa Schultz. Denise Schultz. Bryn Seaman. Sean Surdich. Isabella Severson. Alexander Severy. Emma Shore. Maya Simon. Nicholas Sithafong. Cecilia Skog. Aiden Smith. Dimitri Smith. Jordan Smith. Trayvon Smith. Kylie Sprifke. Aiden Stahlberger. David Stamm. Jaden Steineman. Allison Stiegel. Zoe Steer. Chloe Stummis. Shelby Strasberg. Noah Surma. Tyler Swartzer. Brody Sweeter. Abigail Tangen. Sama Tariq. Valiant Taylor. Isaac Tice. Caden Tice. Kaylee Tillett. Haley Tupin. Matthew Trapp. Amaya Turner. Jayla Turner. Azibo Ugochukwu. Claire Updike. Hannah Van Horn. Regan Van Hevlin. Reese Van Erden. Riley Verley. Elise Von Eschen. Ryan Wacker. Jacob Wallen. Alyssa Wojtaszek. Jack Weber. Riley Wynand. Cora Welch. Isaac Welsh. Ryan Welsh. Sydney Wick. Jacob Willie. Miles Willie. Singrid Wilson. Jacob Winkles. Shelby Watuki. Ashley Waitala. Andrew Wallach. Maya Zaski. Hannah Zavala. Ava Zeppelin. Madeline Ziegler. Erica Zimpel.
Members of the graduating class of 2021, would you please stand? Tonight is your special night. By walking through this ceremony and the moving of your tassel, you have taken the first steps in a transition that changes your standing. You celebrate the fact that you have met all of your graduation requirements and you've been presented with your diplomas. you are now ready to move ahead to your next venture. It is truly my pleasure to present these graduates. Congratulations, class of 2021.